I've just clicked on the go live button and said, I hope it's the right stream, but I see that there are some people here. Hello, Corey. Hello, Laurent. Hello, Dad from the next room. um, I'm assuming this is the right stream. You guys seem to be here. So tonight we're going to do something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I had to wait until we were in the same place. We're going to do an interview with helper number 2, who is right here. I'm not sure that we've ever said your full name on the channel, but you are Diane Chapman. And this is my mom. And we are, first off, I just want to talk a little bit about your life and background to get an idea of what that is, because it's something that doesn't come up much on the channel. So you're now retired.
Mm-hmm.
But what was your career before you were retired?
I was a teacher, and I started out like almost every teacher in public schools and taught there for a while, and then moved to the university and college level and really enjoyed that. Really loved working with students who were juggling jobs and families and trying to get a degree, and some of them in their 40s and 50s, and it was great.
I remember a lot of panicked phone calls coming to your personal number as a kid, and you'd answer the phone and you'd get a panic, Dr. Chapman, and then you knew someone was in trouble. Like, Mom.
The worst one was a very young student one time who said, Dr. Chapman, if I can't get in your class, my whole life is ruined. But she got in, so it was okay.
Oh. Hi, Sharon Hughes, just joining us. So you've been retired for a few years now, and you've got your life in the U.S. And how did that? Was it something that you ever expected that A, your child would be living in France, and B, you would be spending a fair amount of time in France helping with a project like this?
Well, yesterday I took a mountain walk following this person and 2 alpacas. And that's not something I ever thought I'd do in the mountains of France. So
that's coming soon. You guys will see the alpacas. They were very
They
cute.
are so cute.
They were so cute. And Laurent was very happy to spend time with the alpacas. Going back, because you said you wanted to go into what it was like for you guys when I bought Everdeen and started this whole experience. Going back to 2.5 years ago?
2021?
Yeah, 2020. So I signed the paperwork for Everdeen on Christmas Eve 2021. And I'd already been talking about this project for a while before that. But was it surprising to you guys that it actually happened? What was the experience like from watching it from across the Atlantic Ocean?
It seemed like a long way away. And the thing I most remember is the first night you spent in this house. And of course, we had no vision of the house. Being parents, we had no vision of the safety. So here you were on the phone and we're saying, what's it like? How does it feel? And you're saying, it is so cold in here. She said, I've gathered every pillow from the entire house, and they're all on top of me in one bed, and I'm talking from under the pillows tonight because it's so cold.
And 2 duvets.
Yes, she had apparently one small electric heater, but if you plugged it in, the power went.
Yeah, this was the old electricity system, which was terrifying. And if you plugged in more than one thing at a time, the entire power for the house went out, and you had to go downstairs. I'd go downstairs in the dark and reflip the switch to turn the power back on. Oh, Corey, I just saw you say, "Am I here?" I am here. It's alive. So I'm not on the chat, but I am available for questions, and so are you. And yes. And I'm just scanning on the chat, saying seeing what's happening. Oh, you guys talking about the weather. It has been, speaking of when I was first here and it was freezing cold, it's been kind of the opposite of that this week. Yeah. But you guys, it's a step down for you because you guys live right in the south of the US, just outside New Orleans. And what is the weather like there right now?
Well, my sister-in-law told me today that the heat index where she lives is 110, and they just lost their air conditioner compressor.
Oof.
But you know, last summer and the summer before, when we were able to come over here and stay, and we were staying end of July through middle of August here, it was getting up between 95 and 100. And even with the low humidity, we were leaving in the middle of the day, driving up into the mountains and finding a nice shady treed area and sitting in the lawn chairs up there. That was our survival.
Yeah, it's not a bad plan. We've been doing that by going to the beach at the river and just jumping into the water. That's been our version of it the last few weeks.
But it doesn't last long.
Yeah, and it's not unbearable.
No. It is drier.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Sarah and Hughes, I see you've had 117 this week.
There
Yikes.
you go. There you go.
Oh, hi. I'm gonna slaughter your name, but hi, Vas Privat. Yeah, it is nice for us to be together. We're very happy to finally be in the same room so we can do this. So, after the panic of what has she done,
Right.
and you guys came here for the first time, what was your first impression of Everdeen? Because you guys are basically the only people that have seen it in the original state. Yeah.
And I do remember you using that exact phrase, "What have I done?" But you only used it one time. Right, it was either right before you bought it or right after you bought it. And I remember that, and it didn't sound like you, because you've always been pretty move ahead, pretty set on a goal. And there was that one moment when you said, "What have I done?" So what's my impression? When we came here the first summer, and we had an electrician and a plumber from the local area, and the house was torn apart.
And we were scraping wallpaper off the living room walls with our fingernails.
Yes, and going days with no electricity or no water.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the electricity. There was like a 3-week period with no electricity.
Yes, which meant no refrigerator.
Yeah.
That was tough.
That was bad.
Yeah. But boy, when we came back the second summer and we walked into this room where we're sitting now, the blue room, which is the room we stayed in last summer, the difference. I mean, I could really catch your vision then.
Yeah.
That was the moment.
I
knew what you'd been doing all this time.
I was thinking about that the other day because I was standing on the upstairs landing where you have 4 doors, and one is this room, one is our bedroom, one is the living room, and one's the kitchen. And those rooms are all basically done. And it's really crazy to stand in that spot and look into all those rooms and see what I saw in my head at the beginning.
Yes.
And the first floor is making leaps and bounds towards that. The first floor still has a long way to go. But I also feel like with the first floor, I have I always had a very clear vision for this floor. And with the first floor, there's a lot of questions. And I feel like this week, a lot of those questions have kind of been sorted out in my head. And I see the first floor now, I think. And it's interesting to think that maybe that'll be the situation soon.
And we're staying in a room on the first floor and very comfortable there.
Yeah.
Which makes it nice since we're early risers and you're not. You're
It's
late to
cooler down
bed
there,
and we're
too.
not. And it is cooler.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
But you have one room, actually you have 2 rooms, the dining room, that wonderful malahide orange dining room, and the room we're in that are very comfortable. So getting close to halfway through on the first floor.
Yeah.
It's coming along.
Great. And what's something, like we talked about past things, looking to the future, what's something that you're really excited to see change, or it's excited to work on, or when you look forward towards the future of Everdeen, what kind of jumps out at you?
if I look far enough forward to see you doing one of those workshops that you want to do here, I think that's the ultimate excitement. We might not be here, but to see on video or to talk to you on the phone and hear that you've got guests and that they're doing something you love and they love with the aerial, I think that's going to be really, really neat.
I'm really excited for that. I think it's like having had a fair number of guests here this summer so far, like it really makes me anxious for when it's that's gonna be, because like up until now, I think of Everdeen as a place where I am either by myself or with one other person. And to have groups here is something that's kind of new this summer. And I'm really excited for like when that's the norm, because I think having a group here is a really special feeling. Yeah.
And the people who've come so far are all people who already love you. And it'll be an interesting difference to meet new people and make new friends here.
Yeah.
Who didn't come because of you. They came because of the experiences you can offer here.
Yeah.
That'll be a real difference.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to jump into before we call it a day? And if anybody has something they want to say in the chat, or a question or a comment or something in the chat, now's a good time. Daniel Rutherford says, "Love your mom." So do I.
Thank you.
I always joke that like I'm the least popular person on this channel. Everyone has so much love for Laurent and the helpers, and I'm like, oh. You guys are the Laura obviously is the favorite child of you, and then you guys are the favorite children of the channel.
I'm not saying.
I'm happy. It's the way it should be. Anyway, do you have anything else you wanna throw out there before we wrap it up?
Just that we are so proud of you, and you amaze us. I mean, you always do. If it's not a house in a village in the middle of France, it's an alpaca walk. And we've learned to just follow you anywhere, because you don't know we don't know where you're going to take us.
Oh,
it's a nice thing.
Well, I will say I am unpredictable.
Yeah, you are. You really are.
All right. Well, Corey's got Cara, did you watch the closing ceremony? I have not watched the closing ceremony of the Olympics yet. I did watch the opening ceremony, but not the closing one. But I'm excited to see the closing one. I just haven't had a moment. But I thought the opening one was really interesting and also crazy. And maybe that's something I'll do a short about, or something, talk about at some point, because I have a lot of friends who were dancing in the opening ceremony and having various experiences with that. So maybe at some point
the pouring rain.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and it's lovely to get on here and have a chat with you, and have a chat with the viewers, you guys, the Everdeeners.
We love the live chats. It's fun to talk back and forth with you guys.
It's so fun to have like a community between all of us. Like it's really, really nice. And also somebody sent me there is an Everdeen Instagram that I am just totally inept at like posting regularly on, but it does exist. So if you guys ever want to like send me a message on there, I will get those messages too. I definitely read all the comments, and I try to respond to as many of them as I can on the YouTube, but also like an Instagram message is also a good way if you have something you want to ask me or whatever. Anyway, I think that's about it for the evening, and we're gonna go and have some. Well, we had dinner, a rush dinner before this, and maybe we'll have a little after dinner dessert something, and maybe watch a movie.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right.
And we'll see you guys next time on Monday evening, as usual.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I haven't done it right.